I was thinking about this the other day. Coon. People still use that term coon.
EG back again, man. Today about reacting to what's the most offensive word. I thought about this. This is by Cut, by the way. And I think the most offensive word personally is the oh, my bad. I'm not trying to get like cut down or copyright or nothing like that. Let's see what this old dude has to say and the rest of these folks in the Cut video.
Who has better curse words, English or Hindi?
Hindi curse words are more flavorful. You call someone their sister's dick.
What? How does that make any sense? That's one of the worst roasts I ever heard. You saying well, that's crazy violation though.
What is the most offensive word that someone could say to you?
Offensive word.
The most offensive word.
Oh, well, I'm not going to say it.
What's the most offensive thing someone could say to you?
It's sometimes words hurt that not necessarily slurs. It's just like regular phrases like, you know, you're worthless, you're nothing.
Saying something negative about my character, lazy, disrespectful, something like that.
It's like a implication of my morality.
What's a word that would really jab at your heart?
Cocky.
You don't have
cocky. No, I'm cocky myself, bro. So I wouldn't take no offense to that at all.
Integrity. Honestly, like idiot.
Useless.
Idiot.
Piece of shit.
Yo.
Sinner.
She definitely been called that before. Sinner. Yeah,
No
crazy,
humility
crazy.
or like selfish.
Honestly, I don't like the word obese.
Obese? I wonder why.
I think obese is like an outdated medical term, and I'd rather just be called fat.
Anything like
I see what she's saying. I think it's a mix of both that she could be or be called. I mean, depends on the day actually.
deeply misogynistic would probably get me. Like, you stupid bitch.
Bitch.
Oh, hey, bitch.
I hate her. She's a bitch.
I feel like being called a bitch is very offensive.
That's crazy, cause it mostly not be the men that be calling, maybe like 90. No. Let me rephrase that. 45% of the time, but it's usually the women calling each other the B word that makes it all so offensive. You know what I mean? Not offensive, but they be like using that on a regular. That's like a regular lingo. That's not my character. That's not what I would do personally, bro. Especially, no relatives or mom and nothing like that.
Have you ever called anyone a bitch?
Oh yeah. There's
See?
a lot of bitches
See, bro.
out there.
Somebody called me a bitch. Those are fighting words to me.
My mom has called me a bitch, and I think that when she says it, it really hurts my feelings.
Damn.
I think if you were just to call me mean, that would hurt more than you calling me like a bitch or something.
This one guy started screaming at me, calling
Yo, I can't talk, bro. I got my braces in, but she needs some of these, gang.
me a bitch, calling me rude.
How'd you feel? How'd you react?
Oh, I felt horrible. I felt like I was gonna cry.
My ex, I tried breaking up with him and he started screaming in my face and calling me a whore.
I don't know. I don't really get offended by words.
Not often offended by specific words.
I tend to have thick skin. None of it really phases me at the end of the day.
Racially, sexuality-wise, it doesn't really bug me.
I'm pretty confident in myself, so it's kind of a shrug it off kind of deal.
Everything just like means nothing to me, actually.
If I was younger, I'd probably say the N-word, but sometimes when people say it, I think it's kind of funny.
What?
Like if like just a white person called another white person the N-word.
What is the most offensive word someone could
What
ever
the
say
heck happened to the audio?
Any negative word, I'm really sensitive. Like, even the word loser makes me cry sometimes.
For me, I think maybe it's loser because I work really hard.
Personally, I would never get called that because I'm a winner, you know what I mean? We don't take no L's around this joint, but EG's house right here.
I'm very prideful.
I feel like being called gross
Ugh.
is like an especially shameful thing.
Oh, give me the backstory.
My dad was a hoarder, and so it just feels like the ultimate insult.
I don't like being called MILF. I am not just a mom. I'm a whole person.
I hate the word dork.
Okay.
I just, it gives me, I don't like it.
I think if someone called me a rapist, I would be like,
what?
The most like, whoa.
Nah,
like,
that's
I think that's one of the
trifling.
worst things that someone can be.
What's
That's
the most
facts,
offensive
though.
word someone could say to you that would really get at you?
You look really young. Are you in high school? Are you sure? Are you in middle school? Do you have your driver's license?
I'm 24.
Low key, he does look around like 17, maybe if you're lucky, maybe like 15. Actually, no. Let me flip that. Like 30 at best. I
I
don't
guess
know.
that gets really annoying.
I get really offended when people say that I'm being annoying.
Honestly, what always gets me is annoying. That
Annoying?
will set me off every time. I know it's not like a curse word or anything.
I don't know if there's a specific
Yeah.
word. I think it would hurt most for someone to imply that I'm cold.
I've like been my biggest bully, so I feel like I've called myself everything.
What's the most offensive word? You're like, this is the worst word that you could say to me.
The most offensive word, I think being called the C word. I
What's
just don't
that?
think it's a nice word. Like, I don't like the sound of it. Like, just the sound of the word.
You ever tried saying it out loud? No. Are you interested in trying? Sure. Cunt.
Whoa. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that shit mean, to be honest. Sounds like kind of like cut, bro. Just put an N in there and you got you.
You cunt.
Cunt.
Damn.
Cunt.
Low key, I gotta search this up. Hold up. Nah. Something bad might come out if I search it up, man. I might get trouble. Don't ask why.
Cunt.
I really don't like that word. It just sounds very harsh. I also don't like the word cock.
Cunt, I don't hear
How?
very often. And I think that's why it hurts more.
What's the most offensive word that you know?
Retard.
The R word.
Oh.
Anytime I was just called slower behind, it just stuck with me pretty hard.
Probably any type of slur.
I was thinking about this the other day. Coon. People still use that term coon. So I'm like, that's kind of fucked up.
The one that people say to Asians is chink, right? As I was walking past
Oh.
someone, they actually said like, dirty fucking chinks, like towards us.
Yeah, he just rolls his window down while my mom and I are just going like
That's
1
tough.
mile an hour trying to navigate. And he's like, learn how to drive, you fucking chink.
Someone did call me an Oriental in terms of like I was parking, so I definitely felt offended there.
I've been called Ching Chong once. That was pretty offensive. He just repetitively was like ching chong, ching chong, ching chong. I just wanted to beat him the fuck up, honestly. I've been called a beaner before.
I'm from the Middle East, and people have called me like terrorist.
Terrorist?
That's pretty offensive.
That's crazy.
What's the most offensive word someone could say?
Well, probably the N-word.
The N-word with the hard R. You could say, the N-word with the A at the end for black people only, But don't use the hard R. We will fight. I will fight you.
If like a white person or someone that like said it to me like in a form of hatred, that would be pretty heated.
The hard ER. I mean, I instantly just adrenaline, like blood boiling.
That would be the one instance where I'm like, all right, like you gotta put them hands up.
When people use that word, it's like to degrade me. There's no question. I'm fighting, yeah.
Has someone ever called you that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you respond?
I punched him in the face. Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
haven't been called the N-word before, but my sister has, and my dad has, and my brother has. And the way it affected them, like, it lasted for like weeks.
There's just a lot of hurt behind that
Whoa.
word, and it's still.
You know, it look like if Jada Pinkett and Will Smith had a child, but he was like extra light skin. That's what it looks like right there.
A very relevant hurt that still kind of bleeds into society today.
Well, being called a dickhead or an asshole or a cunt is one thing. Those words are trying to demean, but not dehumanize, which is why it's the one I won't say.
What is the most offensive word?
Slurs towards people of color, slurs towards gay people, of which I've
Okay.
certainly heard them recently, in fact, frustratingly.
Just 2 days ago, the kid screamed faggot at me when I was in a parade doing color guard.
I've had it yelled at me in a hateful manner once, I think, ever. And boy, I was like shaking mad.
Being a gay individual,
Bad.
I think it used to be faggot. However, I have reclaimed that word. It doesn't bother me. I use it in passing.
It's something like I will call my
Okay.
friends as a joke who are gay, but like personally, if someone calls me a faggot just driving by, I get kind of scared because I have had people who tried to jump me while calling me a faggot.
No one has ever said that to
crazy.
me. No one's ever, I've never even heard that word in America not being talked about a cigarette.
Yes, cigarettes. The F word for cigarettes. I heard it a lot growing up.
What is that?
Ever directed towards you?
Oh, all the time, yeah.
The homophobic F word, it's
Oh,
saying you,
that.
like basically like you hate gay people. You're letting them know with like ill intent that you want to make them feel small.
Yes, there's been a lot of like progress, but I feel like there's still a huge amount of people that use that specific word to hurt people.
I was assaulted sophomore year in
Assaulted?
high school. Like,
that's tough.
Sent to the ER assaulted.
Don't be doing
and
that.
the dude was just like screaming fucking faggot the entire time.
every time I heard that word since, it just kind of triggered that moment.
Do you think there's words we just shouldn't say?
I don't know, because I feel like every word can be like taken back and reclaimed.
If it hasn't been used against you, you have no right to try and reclaim it.
I think any word that can be used as a slur to hurt people, you shouldn't.
It's amazing. The games, they're beautiful.